But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal, and those people that are doing illegal things in America and that are foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest, and you have to behave like a guest. When you become an immigrant, to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has in education, in jobs, creating a family, all of those kind of things. Then you have to think about, okay, if I get all...
Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't just show up, he detonated onto the stage and vanished in a shower of sparks, like an action sequence ripped straight from Hollywood. The ex-California governor dropped truth bombs with the precision of the Terminator, no filters, no hesitation. Watching the liberal panel scramble was like seeing startled pigeons flee a thunderclap. If you're tired of soft takes and craving commentary that lands like a wrecking ball, hit that like button and buckle up, because this is about to explode.
Have a visceral reaction to what they're doing, what ICE is doing when you see the videos of it?
Well, I tell you, you said that the immigrant, I'm so proud and happy that I was embraced by the American people like that. I mean, imagine I came over here with the age of 21, with absolutely nothing. And then to create a career like that. I mean, in no other country in the world.
Arnold Schwarzenegger may be the greatest immigrant success story America has ever seen. At just 21, he arrived with little more than iron will and sky-high ambition, and then went on to dominate every arena he touched. He ruled bodybuilding, became Hollywood's biggest action star, and even rose to political power as California's governor. So when The View invited him on, they expected easy headlines and a chance to box him into their narrative on Trump and immigration. What they didn't expect was a verbal firestorm. Arnold didn't show up to be baited, he showed up to burn the script and deliver his truth, raw and unfiltered.
Single thing, if it's my bodybuilding career, if it's my acting career, becoming governor, the beautiful family that I've created, all of this is because of America.
That's true.
And so this is why I'm so happy to see firsthand that this is the greatest country in the world, and it is the land of...
Arnold opened by pouring his heart out about America, the opportunities it gave him, the pride he carries, the meaning it holds in his life. The crowd ate it up, hanging on every word. In that moment, he was giving them exactly what they wanted. A soaring tribute to the American dream and a powerful reminder that every immigrant deserves the chance to chase it. It was raw, heartfelt, and disarming. But what no one realized was that this was just his setup. Schwarzenegger was loading the chamber, and the next shot he fired would rattle the room and leave the panel blindsided.
Illegal things in America, and that the foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest. And you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can.
At the close of the clip, you can spot Sunny Hostin trying to jump in, her unease practically written across her face. She knew exactly where Arnold was headed, and she didn't like it. What looked like a setup for agreement suddenly flipped. With steady composure, Arnold reminded the panel and the audience alike, there is a legal path to immigration, and that's the only path every immigrant should take. No shortcuts, no exceptions. The energy in the room shifted instantly. Applause gave way to a heavy silence as his words settled. Schwarzenegger hadn't come to play along with talking points, he came to drop the truth, and he did it without flinching.
Thing to do rather than committing a crime or being abusive or something like that. So that doesn't really work in this country. So I think the important thing is when you become an immigrant, to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has in education, in jobs, creating a family, all of those kind of things. Then you have to think about, okay, if I get all of those things from America.
Arnold didn't stop there. He doubled down with another unvarnished truth that left Sunny Hostin and Joy Behar scrambling. In his eyes, immigrants should act like immigrants, grateful for the chance America offers, law-abiding, and willing to give something back, not exploiting the system or breaking the law. He stripped away the sugarcoating and said what many have been waiting to hear. And the numbers back him up. A 2023 Department of Homeland Security report revealed more than 56,000 non-citizens had been arrested for crimes ranging from homicide to drug trafficking. In Texas alone, illegal immigrants racked up charges for over 250,000 criminal offenses in just a few years. That wasn't the narrative The View was looking to promote, but Schwarzenegger wasn't there to play along. His point was simple and sharp: immigration is a privilege, not a free pass. If you come to America, you live by America's rules. Anything less insults the very opportunities this country provides.
Responsibility as an immigrant to give back to America and to pay back to America and to go and do something for your community for no money whatsoever. Give something back to after-school programs, Special Olympics, or whatever it is. Make this country a better place.
Former California governor didn't just speak, he struck. With unshakable calm, Schwarzenegger delivered another verbal gut punch that knocked the air out of The View's panel. His message was clear: immigrants shouldn't only measure America by what they can take, but by what they can give back. He went straight at the entitlement mindset, insisting that true gratitude is proven through service, contribution, and respect for the nation that opened its doors. Then came the challenge, blunt and unavoidable: how many immigrants can honestly say they've given back after gaining America's opportunities, freedoms, and security? It wasn't an attack: Arnold is an immigrant. It was a wake-up call. Are we building contributors, or complainers? His words were more than criticism. They were a demand for reflection, a mirror held up to the country. And right on cue, Sonny Hostin stiffened, visibly rattled, and pushed back against the direction he was taking.
Things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do rather than committing a crime or being abusive or something like that.
Don't forget, there's 90% of the people who come here are trying to do the right thing.
They're less likely to commit crimes.
And it's and a lot of what's happening right now is people are getting snatched who shouldn't be snatched out of the country, people who have visas, people who have all those things. So we want all the right people. We don't want people who are doing bad stuff.
But they are less likely, immigrants are much less likely to commit crimes in this country than actually American-born citizens. And the other thing I just wanted to say is that Governor Newsom did not ask for the National Guard to come to, the federal government to come to California.
Did you catch it? Sonny Hostin's hand shot up the moment Arnold started dismantling their narrative piece by piece. That's the reflex you get when raw, unfiltered truth collides with polished talking points. It gets uncomfortable fast. And right on cue came the pivot: the tired claim that American-born citizens commit more crimes than immigrants. Classic deflection. Shift the focus, muddy the waters, and hope the audience doesn't notice. But here's the bottom line: this isn't about who commits more crimes. It's about the rule of law. Illegal immigration, by definition, is already a breach. Entering and remaining in the country without authorization is unlawful, whether or not any other crime follows. Deportation isn't revenge, it's about protecting the integrity of the system. Yet the left keeps trying to blur that line, twisting statistics to preserve their narrative. Arnold wasn't buying it. He didn't flinch, and he didn't let it slide. Instead, he turned the heat up even further, taking a direct shot at Gavin Newsom's failed leadership in California. When asked how he'd handle the crisis if he were governor today, Arnold made it plain: real leaders work across local, state, and federal lines to solve problems, not fight over agendas. Contrast that with Newsom's record: grandstanding, pandering, and openly siding with protesters and illegal immigrants, even daring Trump to arrest him. That's not governing. That's theater. You don't light the fire, stoke the flames, and then pretend to look for water. Schwarzenegger reminded everyone that real leadership isn't about fueling division. It's about de-escalating, uniting, and solving problems before they spiral. Newsom, instead, chose performance over progress. And the people of California have been left to pay the price. Arnold wasn't finished shaking the table. Newsom's half-hearted apology came only after the political cost became too steep, and by then, the damage was already done. California hadn't been led, it had been set ablaze by a political arsonist who tried to spin his way out of the very inferno he fueled, but The View wasn't ready to let go. They wanted their pound of flesh, so they dragged out the National Guard debate. Arnold, cool and unshaken, didn't budge. He explained clearly: the National Guard is under the governor's supervision, but when federal leadership calls for resources, real leaders cooperate. That's how problems get solved, not by finger-pointing. Then came the kicker. Without flinching, Arnold defended Trump's call to deploy the National Guard during the protests. In moments of unrest, he said, the priority is restoring order and protecting lives. If that required the Guard, then it was the right move. You could practically see Whoopi Goldberg squirm as Arnold broke ranks with the script. This wasn't what the producers had planned, and you can imagine the panic behind the cameras as the governor turned action star flipped the segment upside down. Meanwhile, outside the studio, Senator